And welcome back to YouTube. We're picking up where we left off last time at the top of round 75 in Xeno Empire. Waiting us is 5 decisions. And we are getting some cards like Archaeological Effort. Let's see if we can have any archaeological sites. Average quality of life in your zones, approach 30. We'll do the recon one. I'm likely gonna botch it because I don't pay attention to recon, but that's something that's more plausible for us to do. I don't want enforcement, we're trying to go commerce, so anything I can do to lower enforcement is actually what we should do. There's going to be the second one here.
Order acknowledged.
Diplomacy government's fine, so I'll raise opinion of the church. Oh, you want to go to 4? Sure.
Copy that.
Guardians are offering technology. It's an expensive technology, but if we can find the money, I would like to buy it.
Roger that.
And we were able to find the money. So this is giving us security tactics.
Affirmative.
So security tactics is one of the security tactics. Might not be applying yet, which is why it might not be highlighted. I think it's one of the applied fields. Applied management, yeah. It's one of the applied fields. This is one of the non-linear ones. So the more you research it, the harder it gets. But as it builds up, it's providing you a bonus to the security score here. Government and civilian buildings for applying to quality of life. Let's do the archaeology. Let's see if we got anything in this zone.
Aye, aye, sir.
Nothing on that report.
Aye, aye, sir.
Nothing on that report. That's our political power. Ooh. Ooh. You have metal. Like metal. We could use some metal. Still not going to go ahead and build that right away. Because I want to expand the rail line first. So we have the logistics to get that back to HQ. Let's try to pop this pocket.
All clear, sir.
Okay, we popped the pocket, took the ruin. Okay, those are marauders, which shouldn't be too hard to deal with. Water's going down, which is interesting. I think we might just be having logistics problems. Oh, and we're having industry problems. We're consuming more industry than we're producing right now. Okay, that's that turn. Let's look at the prospecting overview. So our new zone, we are sure there are further deposits there. We've already found a metal deposit, which is good to know, and a water deposit. Nothing on the archaeology yet. Suppose also on the mining. Any of my mines run out. Yeah, one of the oil deposits has run out, so I need to remember to do peripheral mining when I have the political power. Well, I have the political power right now to do the commercial projects, so we'll start throwing commercial products in the new zone. And we cycle the turn. So if we have logistics for it, we should actually start getting more water into our water supply. So that's why I was actually surprised that the water was going down. Because the new zone has its own bodies of water, so we should be getting more water from it as well. So I'm guessing we're just having logistics problems with the new expanded logistics system. 2 cities means twice the problems sometimes. Here comes the non-aligned forces, which is trying to do stuff and has actually managed to kill one of our recon units. One of our buggies gets destroyed. And yeah, I haven't been doing the reconnaissance I've been promising. You're a commander. I don't care if I piss you off, so
Roger that.
get pissed. You want a subsidy? I want commerce, so I'll give you the subsidy.
Copy that.
Polymer armor here will help us get down to high tech quicker. And for the moment, I don't think I need any of these. Partisan Ergstone. Yeah, give them full support. Success. Manage to limit the damage essentially. Waiting for logistics over here, which means we're waiting for metal if memory serves. Granted, we're now also waiting for industry, but because this is going to cost 946 metal, so we're actually 13 metal short, and we're now industry short. That's fine. Mildly annoying, but fine. And we're expanding. If I had more industry, I'd go ahead and expand the road out along this way. Up to the foothills of this mountain. But I don't have the industry, and I want to save it up for that rail line. The railhead will be done when we're ready for it. We're just waiting for the industry. I'm going to go ahead and roll another archaeology effort. See if we get an answer this time.
Sir.
We don't get an answer this time. I suppose while I'm thinking about it, once more on the zone. This time it's a zoo product. Have a zoo. Roll the turn. Well, I suppose one thing I should do in the new zone is I should also buy the... well, nationalize the truck station. That way I control upgrading it instead of letting the civilians do that. Because the answer is the civilians probably won't do that. So I need the throughput, and then I need to own it myself. And generally, if you're going to do something to piss the civilians off, you want to do it nice and early, so that they can forgive you. So because there's alien life in this planet, I think all the territories we're seeing are probably either the arachnids or the sentient aliens. Rifle militia attack us, rifle militia fail to escape. So we get 400 infantry destroyed. 2 decisions awaiting us. We did complete researching heavy industry. We got a replacement zoo product, or we want to deploy the zoo product. Let's actually sell some stuff. We got a bunch of rare metal. We'll sell the rare metal.
Roger that.
So that we have some treasury for the paying expenses and stuff like that. Probably the synthetic fuel. I would like metal soil filtration, but we haven't found it yet.
Aye, aye, sir.
Siege
Copy
infantry is
that.
fine, yeah. Siege infantry, I think the infantry unit, OOB, order of battle, that has artillery in it, so we do want that. Anyway, I think I now have the industry to go ahead and put this rail in. Yeah, so now we got a rail line in. That's good. So next turn that should significantly improve our logistics back and forth between our 2 cities. In this city, I also want your truck hub. So I'm going to nationalize the truck hub. Okay, and then the turn after that, or well, the next turn, we're going to go ahead and we're going to set up this metal mine. Because there's been one thing I've been short on the whole time, it is metal. And that's how we can also start expanding our industry itself, because that's pretty metal heavy to expand. Zones, before I forget. Peripheral mining on the capital.
Aye, aye,
So
sir.
we can expand that oil well so that our subjects can mine oil for us.
Move it now! All clear, sir.
Replenishment, no, I'm thinking about it. We also want to replace our lost buggies. We can replace half of them this turn. Okay. Well, half of them is better than none of them. Okay, so the next turn we should get the peripheral mining thing showing up. For one of our oil wells. Not that one, that one. There was one in the prospecting that was empty, or mining that was empty, right? Yeah, that one's empty. That one's empty, yeah. So that one's empty, but that one's got stuff in it, that one's got stuff in it. But we want stuff in all of them. So the civilians actually can mine it for us. Okay. We're gonna roll that turn. So one thing I can definitely happily do with the militia as we build roads to support them is just spread them out more, right? So we just got a bunch of militia, which means we've got a lot of eyes and ears to form a nice picket across the entire front. So we should be able to do quite a bit of expansion, basically just at the cost of building roads. Seeing all the turns fly by quickly, mostly territories that we... territories in unknown regions. Here comes the non-aligned. We do see there's either an animal or marauders over there. Otherwise, it's a fairly boring turn. A fairly boring turn. Which is what we want. We want them to be boring. We discovered more fuel in Austerlitz. That's good. With our luck, that means the civilians will probably start mining it for us. Okay, so here we want to extend the empty reserve here, right? So we're going to lose level, but in exchange we'll gain more throughput. We'll gain more stuff in it. So we gain 16,000 more oil in that location at the cost of 1 ease of mining. Which overall is probably just a straight up good trade. And here we want that metal mine.
Copy that.
What is that going to cost us? What doesn't show me there? Does it show me here? It does show me here. 1 machine per round or 2 rounds. So I need an extra machine.
Roger that.
We do have some spare industrial capacity, so let's expand this dirt road out there. Oh, this is low mountain, okay. That's why he slowed down a bunch. Understrength units such as this Galactic Republic grade infantry don't actually necessarily scout the territory next to them. They've got good firepower, but they're not good scouts. One, two, three, four. Okay, so that's all of 2nd Brigade. Oh, you were also deleted to the point where you're not scouting properly anymore. That one still scouts, that's fine. Okay, so these are mountains here. Actually, right now for the line, we probably want to get our picket up on the mountain volcano line here. And otherwise we want to push west. I believe these are aliens here from when we sent out spies before. These are aliens here. These Lepo territory. That means if I do good diplomacy with them, I can get them as mercs, as well as keep those borders fairly safe. One thing I do want to probably do at some point is probably start sealing up all our forward roads. But that's more industrial capacity I don't have right now. Zones. We have another archaeology effort, so let's roll it.
Aye, aye, sir.
See to this time, we found an archaeological site. Where was there's the site. In the ruins right there. I'm going to go ahead and splurge a bit.
Roger
We're going to
that.
start exploiting that site. So this has got a ratio of 1 uncommon artifact to 800 scrap. And this place has 16,000 scrap, so that means there's about... what? So 800 there, that would be 21... yeah, about 21 scrap items. 21 uncommon scrap items should be found there. So we want that hex. And I want to start extracting from it ASAP. So we will start extracting from it ASAP. Okay, I don't have... well, I don't think I have another one. So we can't keep trying to poke to see if there's more in the adjacent ruins. But we do have commercial project and a zoo to deploy.
Copy that.
Oh, I should also be checking in on my fate points. We have 4 fate points. And a good thing we can get from fate points is an eager industrialist. So this has gone ahead, and he's gone ahead and put some private light industry in that zone, so that's more industrial capacity for us in the future. Let's grab those shell cameras as well. Yeah, we're gonna hold on the rest of our fate points. We'll wait for more political power. I think that is a good turn, so I'm gonna go ahead and roll the turn over. If a militia gets some of its soldiers killed, will it be redeployed with new ones, or are they lost forever? So that's a question off of the Twitch chat. So when it comes to militia units, yes, they do. The militia can get resupplied, so it's dependent upon the militancy of the city which they come from. If you have a high militia score in the city, the militia over time in the city will generate replacement units and generate upgraded units for your militia units. One thing you can run into, which is I'm kind of sort of running into, is if you have a large or medium-sized professional army, that'll suppress the militancy score, which will suppress the regeneration of those militia units. This is more of channel schedule question. One of the viewers is asking, when is the next Long Dark stream? That will be tomorrow night. As soon as I get back from my family dinner. So the next Long Dark stream should be tomorrow. Well, I say tomorrow. It's today because it's already rolled over because I'm playing past midnight. But for the other end of today. So we've got 5 decisions here. We discovered water purification, which I hopefully don't need. An agricultural effort. So for example, we can see if we look at this city on the thing, the militia, right? There's no militancy score down here, or militia score down here. Whereas our new city that we gained by unification has a militancy score. But you can also see that it's declining, right? So we've got a high caste or culture score in the city. We have the existence of a regular military force, which is dragging it down. And when this is really, really low, then the rate that the militancy or the militia in the zone increases is decreased, right? So right now it wants a maximum size of about 7,000. That's down from a maximum of 8,000, so it was 8,000 last turn. And our current force is quite significantly larger than that, right? So right now it's not really going to be generating any more manpower and any more equipment because the force is bigger than what the militancy will support. And then you can also see what it's trying to recruit next, right? So if it had free manpower and free size, its next unit would be another Guardian regiment that it would generate. Which is what these guys are. I think that's what these guys are, yeah. Probably one of the smaller ones, probably one of the 700 ones, not one of the ones walking around with sentinels. As cool as it would be for them to be recruiting more sentinels for us. So decision-wise, changing propaganda. A lot of it's not here who orders our news service.
Roger that.
because we want to raise mind, don't necessarily want to raise democracy. I'm not worried about government. We've got to be careful here. So in this case, this is our governor for our capital, so we want him to be reasonably happy. He is also one of our better leaders. So if I sort of reprimand him for taking this action, he'll lose relations. We don't want his relations really to be below 50. We'd rather go up. On the other hand, if I support his actions, it's going to piss off the city. In this case, however, I'm just going to piss off the city because I want to keep him happy. And the city will forgive me over time. Commerce, can I get that up to 64 reasonably? Yeah, probably. So we'll accept that motion. Probably don't have good enough helicopter engines yet to do better helicopters. I think the rest of these not too worried about, so we'll do no orders here. We don't want RPG infantry army here. That expansion's going. We're still waiting on this construction to complete. So we queued up recycling and a metal mine the other turn. It takes 2 turns. In fact, it's actually behind schedule. It will take probably 3 turns at the current rate. Oh, maybe I might need to look into generating more water because the water's not going up. State of Decay. I don't think I've played either of them. I don't remember if I picked them up recently. Might have picked one of them up recently. We did go ahead and get another archaeological effort, so let's go ahead and throw that in.
Aye, aye, sir.
It did succeed, and at this point it's told us, no, we found all the archaeological finds in the zone, so no sense in looking for more at this point. I still want to pave over the roads that we're expanding on at some point as well. Let's look at the current logistics points. Okay, so it looks like the length of our roads right now are not being an issue on our fronts. So maybe paving them over is not a rush job right now. Because it's the same all the way down. Granted, I suppose I should really should look at the traffic signs to check that. AP 100 in, 105 out. Okay, so that's actually saying that we probably should be contemplating paving the road. Yeah, so we're just about getting out here, reaching the point where the fact it's not paved is reducing our capacity to move stuff along it. It's just that a little bit of paving should help. And I can't really afford too much more than that. And I'd like to do things like Grand Convention and War Games, but that requires more political power I don't have right now. I don't necessarily want to deploy any of my ways to generate more fate points either, so we'll just go ahead and roll over the turn. Yeah, if it's the game I think it is, State of Decay, yeah, it's a first-person shooter zombie survival game. I've seen a couple. If it is what I'm thinking it is, then I think I have seen someone play it, which is why I think I picked it up. But I haven't had time to play it. And it's a game that I also suspect I probably won't be particularly great at, so I'm not necessarily sure if the best place to be. I would be a particularly great person to be streaming it. And yeah, right now I think as far as our fronts go in this game, end terms are a bit boring at this point because most of our fronts are pretty secure, so most of our fronts we don't really see anything going on, which is good and bad. I think we'll probably do 2 more turns. So on the second of those 2 turns, I'll probably take a look at the victory point screen to see where we are as far as victory in the game goes. So we killed 200 infantry and 10 men rise, didn't lose any exchange, which is good. We have 4 decisions awaiting us. We discovered advanced sensors, which will help our recon points in the future. Yeah, we'll make the plaque really good. National budget we'll kind of leave as it is. You want more leaders in the service pool. Yeah, I should probably recruit more leaders.
Affirmative.
Let's, before we forget about it, recruit those leaders. So, I'm not going to recruit any particularly expensive leaders, we're just going to recruit 2 sets of juniors.
Affirmative.
These are all still building. As I suspected, they'll take 3 turns from the last turn. And we can see that the civilian economy is building us another oil well. So our expansion on all the fronts. We'll probably do something like that. Go around the top of the mountain a bit here. One thing the base game doesn't really do a super great job of showing you is mountain ranges. So there's actually a mountain range going through here. This is low mountains. That's a high mountains. This is actually a pass through the mountains right here. And then we have sort of a volcano down here. So I suppose knowing that that is a pass through the mountains, I should probably build a road that goes to the pass. So that future me does not need to wonder where the pass is.
Move it now. Negative to
Okay,
bring.
not enough firepower to get rid of that unit, but that's probably enough to bring its readiness down that it's not going to be too much of an issue the other way around. It's probably not going to be able to get out. And that's our movement and expansion for the moment. Being sort of quieted by the fact we don't got the industrial capacity to be really expanding our roads right now. Oh, and that reminds me, if I'm going to be building those, that requires industrial capacity, so let's not spend all my industrial capacity when I wanted to finish building these 2. And then in addition to that, in this city, go ahead and actually, do I want to build a new industry or do I want to expand my existing one? So that'd be 200 versus 50. Yeah, so the 200 is definitely the improvement there. Okay, we'll hold off building that industry because it'll be better built next turn. When it's not going to become a problem of everything grinding to a halt. Taking a quick look at all our opinions. All of them are serviceable, so I'm not going to send out any gifts. No bonuses being shipped around. Let's go ahead and deploy some money to the militia. We can.
Affirmative.
Military's increased 2. Okay, so that didn't make a big difference. And deploy some
sir.
private credits to the economy to get the economy going. You already see it's going to a certain extent because it's building the oil well here, but encourage it to go faster, that would be good. And with that, we're gonna cycle the turn. Yeah, so we're developing synthetic fuel while we're waiting for metal soil filtration. We need metal soil filtration a little bit less now that we've got the metal mine over here, but it'll still be pretty good. And it'll probably be our source of radioactives for the late game. And we're going into what will be probably the last end turn of this stream. As I'll probably save before I hit end turn on the next turn. So we'll probably end the stream and end this part by looking at the victory progress screen after we take the turn. Hopefully our victory progress has improved since the beginning of the stream. I think we were in last place at the beginning of the stream, hoping to have moved up the ladder a couple steps. You see it's executing fronts. So this is, when we're seeing execute fronts, that's one of the majors taking its turn. And I believe there's 6 majors on this planet. And to be fair, if we're seeing it, that means that it's actually taking quite a while for it to think about that turn as well. So, well, I'll say it took quite a while. The computer was decently fast, so if it's taking a noticeable amount of time, that's a long amount of time a lot of times. Okay, so the militia, or the Marauders in that case, attacked into my Galactic Republic infantry, which was a bad idea. They lost 300 guys and we lost none. Scav have found a Galactic Republic tank. So we now have a tank somewhere. Oh no, not tank. Walkers. Ancient Galactic Republic equipment taken into our service. This is a walker. Its main armament is quad Gauss machine guns. It has been issued with 25mm polymer plating. Okay, so other than having a nuclear engine and a pretty nice quad machine gun, it actually doesn't have the best of armor. Though, it not particularly great armor, it's still better than our armor, so it's not thick armor, it's efficient armor is maybe a good way to think about it. So that construction's done. Oh, with the level 3 E's, this is not necessarily going to be the highest yielding. We're going to get like 70 metal out of it a turn, which, to be fair, is like a fifth of our supply. 50, like 20% more supply, so that's not bad. Okay, let's deal with these encircled marauders.
All clear, sir.
And we dealt with the encircled marauders. That's good.
Affirmative.
Make our decisions. Yeah, we'll go advanced sensors. More recon wouldn't hurt. Oh, and I need to make sure that I'm actually replenishing my troops as I lose them. Go ahead and get our picket back into supply. I might want the reconnaissance to try to come around and circle these guys from behind, so we'll have the buggies drive south. That will leave a bit of an open area in here, but the buggies can come back and take it in a bit if it gets taken. Here, we have acquired another ruin, so it may be worth trying to push archaeological sites in the center again, in Ergstone.
Aye, aye, sir.
Well, if I didn't have it targeted right, it failed either way, so no success. Young leader that is capable. So, I think in the last part, I had a question that was asking, can you ever get juniors that are above cap 3? The answer, I think I said, was yes, but it's fairly rare. Talents are a little bit more likely. They're basically juniors that are more likely to roll higher capacity. That doesn't mean that they're impossible to lower capacity either, so be careful. It's higher likelihood of better capacity, not necessarily that they're going to be better capacity, if that makes sense. Can I do a strike card on you to prove your opinion? Give you a bonus?
Affirmative.
Much better. Okay, so let's do some checking up on stuff before we end. So prospecting. We think there's probably more deposits in Ergstone. Okay, so we found everything in Austerlitz for the moment. Because of the expansion in Ergstone, we probably think there's more in Ergstone. All our deposits right now have reserves in them. We found 2 sets of artifacts. We haven't necessarily recovered very many artifacts yet, because I think there was about 9 here, and there's like 21 here. But we've got those running, so we should start getting those artifacts in. Here's the state of the victories thing. I was hoping that we'd gone up the ranking, and we haven't. We're still in last. We're still sitting here at the bottom with 5.5 victory point score. And we can see all the other majors are still ahead of us. We haven't necessarily been falling any further behind. We've actually been sort of keeping up. It just looks like everyone else has been growing at roughly the same rate we have. So victory score is a composite of the 2 sources of victory points, which is basically populace and planet. So you can sort of imagine that populace contributes 50% of the victory score, and planet contributes the other 50%. So we've got 6% of the populace, so we're getting 3.3 victory score from that. We have 4.4% of the planet, so we're getting 2.2 victory score from that, right? We can see a couple of the other majors have got a lot more people. And a lot more people, right? They've got like 3 times the people that we have. And that's where they're getting most of their score from. Whereas they only got like double the planet. So the planet's pretty hostile, and it's been sort of slowing everyone's expansion down. And to win, you need to get a score higher than 50, where everyone else has, your closest competitor that is not in an allied victory with you is 25 points behind you. So we're in no circumstance of losing, but we're in polling place where we're pretty down the polling. Otherwise, everything else has been going pretty well. The stars sort of solidify. I'd like the industry to be growing faster. I think we're getting into the situation where we can start getting it to grow faster. It's just a matter of time. Yeah, and I think I now have the metal that we will go ahead in the capital and say, queue up industry 2. That'll give us more industry, which will allow us to afford building more metal, which will allow us to afford building more industry, and back and forth. With that, that's where I'm going to go ahead and roughly end the stream. Hope you've been enjoying it. So at the moment, I don't necessarily know when the next YouTube part will go up, because I'll have to stream it, of course, or I'll have to record it, of course. I don't know when that's going to be, so if you're watching on YouTube, feel free to check in tomorrow. The season possibility I will have it recorded by tomorrow and posted by tomorrow, but if you're watching on YouTube, I don't know exactly when it's going to be. If you're watching on Twitch, I don't know when the next stream is going to be as far as Shadow Empire. That's what this game is. The stream schedule is still actually posted on Twitch. I think I have it up to date for the next couple days. So tomorrow will be the Long Dark, the continuation of the Long Dark stream, and the day after that will be the continuation of Against the Storm. and I'll have to figure out how things are going to line up after that. Probably the day after Against the Storm will probably be Shadow Empire, because that'll be about 3 days out, and we did 3 parts recorded tonight. So, if you're watching, regardless of whether you're watching on YouTube or on Twitch, I hope you've been having a good time. Feel free to drop in for the next part, and catch you in the next part.